How you doing, good people? This is the 8-Bit Animal, and today we're going to talk about an NES launch title, a first-party NES launch title. So you know what that means, a black box game. And this one is actually interesting because there's a little bit of a story here, and it's a Pac-Man clone, but it's not, and yeah, it's one of, as far as play mechanics go, it's one of the stranger feeling black box games on the NES. It was released originally in Japan in 1984, but in America, in the US, it was released in October of 1985. And I want to say it predates Super Mario Brothers by a few days. Today, we're going to take a look at Clu Clu Land. Now, Clu Clu Land puts you in the role of a balloon fish named Bubbles, which is interesting because Bubbles is the first female protagonist on the NES. I'm not going to say she's the first female protagonist in a video game period because that would be an outright lie. But Bubbles is tasked with retrieving the treasures of Clu Clu Land from a bunch of sea urchins. And those treasures take the form of gold ingots. And you have to basically reveal these gold ingots by going around these levels and swinging around these posts as you come across them to basically reveal them. And when you reveal all of them, they take the shape of different things and pictures and stuff like that. And this game is actually really, really interesting. It took a lot for me to get used to, and I'm still not 100% used to it. It's a pretty strange video game as play mechanics go, rather. And it's one of those things where the more you play it, the stranger it might feel for a while, but it's also actually a really interesting game. This is one of the few Pac-Man clones where your character can actually defend themselves. Because Pac-Man, there were only certain points where Pac-Man could fight back, and that's by getting a power pellet and eating the ghost, and that only lasts a few seconds. Well, Bubbles fires sonar at these sea urchins, which turns them yellow, and she can push them towards like the different walls and squish them and get rid of them, right? And yeah, that was a new thing for Pac-Man clones, because a lot of Pac-Man clones, the protagonists couldn't really defend themselves except for like in short bursts, a la Pac-Man or Miss Pac-Man. And yeah, this one was really, really just interesting and a lot of fun. And it was proof that Nintendo hadn't necessarily abandoned their clone roots, because Nintendo, as far as video games are concerned, started life pushing out a bunch of Pong clones and Space Invader clones. So this Pac-Man clone wasn't too off the mark, even though they had by this point had released Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. But yeah, this is a pretty interesting game. It's a weird game when you first fire it up, but it's an interesting game, and it's one that's deserving of a shot. Now, if you decide you want to get a copy of Clu Clu Land, it's gonna cost you about 40 to 45 bucks on average for a loose cart. It's a safe price because this is actually a pretty good game and it's aged remarkably well. So I would definitely, if I had the opportunity to grab a copy, I'd totally grab a copy because Clu Clu Land, while it's got some weird play mechanics and it takes a little getting used to the whole swing yourself around the stage mechanic that's going on here, it's really, really fun. So yeah, I would definitely grab myself a copy of Clu Clu Land. This has been the 8-Bit Animal, and I'll catch you beautiful people tomorrow. Tomorrow, yeah, the NBA Finals are going on. Let's look at the other best basketball game on the NES real quick.